Hey everyone, it's Julia. Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly of solo traveling. I'm also going to be giving you some things to think about if you are considering going on a trip by yourself. And if you are, by the way, you're a rock star. Also, if you have never been to my channel before and this is your first time watching my video, seeing my face, welcome. I want to invite you to hit the subscribe button. I make videos about story, and so whether that's living a good story like travel, adventure, fearlessness, or that's telling a good story, photography, editing, videography, documentary, all of that is what I'm trying to be about on this channel. And so I'm also a vlogger. It's kind of the heart and soul of my channel is a vlog. That's how it started, and it's my first love. So if you are interested in any of those things, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and we can hang out more often. So if you're like me, you are super adventurous, you have places you want to go, you have things you want to do, you have the resources and you have the time, but what you don't have is anybody that is willing to go with you. You've asked everyone that you can think of, you even asked your mom. Literally, I asked my mom and she couldn't go with me. And you're considering going alone. So the very first thing I actually want to talk about before I get into the pros and cons is something you might not be thinking about, but consider a group tour. So the way group tours works is you pay them money and then you show up exactly where they tell you to, when they tell you to, and then from there on, they do all the work. And so your trip could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be 3 months. I have done all sorts of things. When I went to Europe in 2013, I did 2 different 21-day tours, and I think I did a week longer. And they're amazing. And so if you are wanting to go by yourself, but you're a little bit inexperienced with travel and you're kind of scared, this is such a good option. You don't have to deal with any logistics and you have instant friends. Usually the people who go on group tours are solo travelers. It's usually like a bunch of solo people. And so you just become instant friends. I've honestly made so many friends while doing trips like this. I have one friend named Joanna, shout out to you, I hope you're watching this. I met her on a group tour in Europe, and a few years later, we are still friends. She invited me to her wedding and she lives in Australia. Like, that's legit, that's a bond. One awesome group tour company that I wanna shout out is called Greenwood Tourism. These people are awesome, and so they are located in Myanmar, which is probably my favorite country. If you've been watching my channel for at least like 3 months now, you may know I went there in March while I was filming Wider Lens. Their tourism scene is very new and it is really exciting if you are a more adventurous person, because their culture is very intact. It is very pure, it's not westernized, and there aren't a lot of tourists, so you just feel like you're having this incredible cultural experience. The vibe is actually really similar to India. It's kind of like India without the culture shock. What's cool about this tour company is they are locals. It's local people taking you around their country, so that makes for a really special experience. I think they have like 16-day tours, 2-week tours, 1 day, 2 day. They have a lot of options. They also have a lot of awesome resources about the country. They can tell you about the climate, the people, how to get a visa, information about food, just like really helpful tips, so check that out. They also have airport transfers if you're kind of nervous about when you get there. But if you are considering Southeast Asia at all, consider Myanmar, especially if you're going to Thailand. It's like right there. Like, go there, especially now. Like, now is the time to go to Myanmar because nobody's going there. It is incredible. It is like this hidden gem nobody's talking about. I'm telling you about it. This is like a pro tip. Go to Myanmar. So shout out to Greenwood Tourism. They're actually sponsoring this video, so thank you so much to them for bringing us this video today. I have them linked down below. Also, they want to hook you guys up. They have this awesome 1-day tour around Yangon. It's valued at like $60, which is pretty steep, but they're giving it away for you basically free. It's gonna be about $7 for you guys, which covers like taxes or something, I don't know. But it's originally $60 for you guys, it's $7, so that's linked down below. And so if you are gonna be going to Yangon, Myanmar, or if you've now just decided you're going because I've convinced you, go ahead and claim that. Basically a free tour, super awesome. So thank you so much to Greenwood Tourism. You guys are legit. Now let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons. So the first pro that comes to mind is that When you are by yourself, you can do literally anything you want. When you're with another person, it's super cool because you share the experience and it makes it more meaningful. But whenever you're sharing anything with anybody, you have to compromise. When you're by yourself, you don't have to compromise on anything. When I was traveling most recently in Ireland by myself, I literally took a nap at one point at 4 in the afternoon because I didn't have to like make my plans around anybody. I could literally do anything I wanted. I would spend like an hour deciding where I wanted to eat dinner because it was all up to me. Like I could literally do anything I want at any time. The obvious con with that, of course, is that you have to do everything yourself. You are a one-man show. You are in charge of all your own logistics, all your own finance. You have to make all your own decisions. And again, you might love that, you might hate that, but either way, you have to do everything yourself. And a lot of times traveling is a lot of work, like a lot of decisions. There's buses and hotels and food and money, and you have to do all of that yourself. Another pro is that with solo travel, you're probably gonna meet a lot more people than you would if you were with somebody. It is the weirdest thing, but people notice that you're alone and they just come up to you. Like when I'm traveling alone, I'll just be at like a bar or a restaurant and I'm by myself, and this happens every time. People are just like, oh my gosh, are you alone? Weird, so cool. And then they want to be your best friend. Like people just start talking to me. I've had people come up to me and invite me to have dinner with them. I rarely end up being alone because people are so fascinated by people who have chosen to go traveling alone. It's so funny. And whereas if you were with somebody, you're kind of less approachable and people don't think you need any friends. The next con, however, is when you are alone, you have to take kind of extra precautions. Nobody is looking out for your stuff. Like when you're in the airport and you just want to go to the bathroom, you can't be like, hey man, watch my bag. Like you have to take all your stuff with you at all times. You're not really in more danger of being alone, but it's always good to take extra precautions. Like I always tried to make sure that I was home before dark. So you have to try just a little bit harder to look out for yourself because no one else is necessarily. Another con is that you can't split the cost with anything, so you can't like rent a car or like rent a hotel room and say, hey, we'll split it and it's cheaper. But that's where like hostel culture comes into play, where you just like pay for your own bed, or day tours where you just pay for your own seat on the bus. And so there's like so many options catered to people who are alone that you can still do everything you want to do. The next pro is the ultimate pro that I think outweighs any con I've said or that you can think of, and that is empowerment. Traveling alone is so empowering. I swear, the feeling that you're gonna have after doing this trip that you do alone is unbeatable. Like you are gonna feel like a new person because you did it alone and maybe you thought you couldn't, and like seriously, that outweighs any con that I have listed here. You know, people have so many reasons for not wanting to travel alone, like they're scared or they think it won't be fun or it'll be too hard or be boring. I swear if you just push past through that, you will find that you have way more guts than you're giving yourself credit for. You are smarter than you think you are, and people are actually so much nicer than we're giving them credit for, and you're gonna have a great time and you are gonna feel so empowered. I hope you feel empowered right now. Maybe pause this video and go buy your ticket right now. Wow, I'm getting really excited. Let's calm down, video's not over yet. Last couple things before I end the video that I want you to think about is if you are gonna travel alone, you have to embrace the idea that it is okay to talk to strangers. It is okay to be outgoing. You're gonna have to just kind of put yourself out there a little bit more, and also let go of the idea that it's weird that you're alone. It's weird to eat dinner alone, that it's weird to go to a bar alone, that it's weird to travel alone. Let go of that and expand your mind a little bit. If you need some practice, I would say a little bit of homework. Go to the movies by yourself. Just like wherever you are living, go to your local movie theater alone. I don't know why movies are considered like a group activity, but like literally you go and you sit in the dark and you're not allowed to talk. It's no talking. It's like the perfect thing to do by yourself. I don't know why it's weird, but I love going to the movies by myself. So that's your homework assignment. If you're nervous, go to the movies by yourself. If that goes well, go to dinner by yourself. And if that goes well, I think you're ready to go on a trip by yourself. That is all the information I have for you. Check out the links below. Check out Greenwood Tourism. If you guys want to see a more in-depth look at the trip I recently took to Ireland, it was a solo trip. I am in the middle of releasing vlogs on that. I have a few out already and I have a few more coming. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up and I will see you in my next one. Bye!